We're here.
If you want to know, turn to the PriMalLow Wrestling Show with Tom Malloy, Robert Price, and your host, Rich Lopez.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 6 of the PriMalLow Wrestling Show. I'm your host, Rich Lopez, here with my two colleagues, Robert Price and Tom Malloy.
Yo, yo, yo.
Hey there.
All right, coming up on the show, we are going to preview and give our predictions for Extreme Rules, which is this Sunday. For me, I personally think the card is very, very well, so we'll talk about that. And then also, we're going to do our weekly topic discussion, which today we're covering Daniel Bryan's career, and, you know, it's at a crossroads pretty much with his physical well-being. And will we see Steve Austin at WrestleMania 32?
We'll also have game time. 5-0 versus Tom Malloy this week in a face-off in the Battle of Wits. What's this week's topic, Rich?
Well, Extreme Rules is this Sunday, so we're going to go with the Hardcore title.
We're also going to have a new segment, This or That. This week's topic, WWE rivalries.
And to conclude the show, we're going to have our self-high five where we talk about our favorite original ECW wrestlers.
So, with that in mind, let's go on with the show. Alright, so this Sunday, Extreme Rules in Chicago, which is a great wrestling town. I guess I'll just run down the card real quick. WWE World Heavyweight Championship match. It's a cage match, and the RKO was banned. Seth Rollins versus Randy Orton. We have the United States title match, which is a Russian chain match, and it's John Cena, the champion, versus the challenger, Rusev. We have the Divas Championship match. I don't know. Is Paige actually in it? Do you guys know?
From what I know, it's Paige versus Nikki.
I thought so, yeah. So Paige versus Nikki. Then we have the IC title match. Put an asterisk next to it, which we'll talk about later. But Daniel Bryan versus Bad News Barrett. We have the Last Man Standing match, which is the repetitive Raws, pretty much, of Roman Reigns versus Big Show. We have, I think, which is going to be the show stealer, the Chicago Street Fight, Dean Ambrose versus Luke Harper. I really don't want to say this because I think it's so stupid, but Kiss My Arse match. Sheamus versus Dolph Ziggler, and then the pre-show, which is the tag team title match, Cesaro versus Kid. Or Cesaro and Kid versus the New Day, I apologize. So I was going to toss it to Price to start it off. What do you think of the card, and what are your predictions?
Before I say that, you forgot the most important thing. You could catch Extreme Rules for the low price of
$9.99.
I apologize. I think you just broke my eardrum, too. But
I think it's an overall good card. I think that it has potential like any other pay-per-view card.
Yeah.
Did you want me to run through the matches, or?
I mean, we'll just start off. What do you think is your favorite match? Like, what do you think it's going to be?
My favorite match has to be Dean Ambrose versus Luke Harper.
Okay, that's mine too. Okay, so just give me your winners.
My winners will be Randy Orton, John Cena, Nikki Bella, Daniel Bryan, Roman Reigns, Dean Ambrose, Dolph Ziggler, Sheamus, don't really care, and New Day.
The New Day?
New Day.
Why? I think because they're hated so much?
Because evil New Day, cue the crazy laughter.
What did you say? I'm sorry?
Evil New Day, cue the crazy laughter.
I got you. Okay, now, I guess, well, before I go to Malloy, do you think the IC title match is going to take place?
I didn't even know it was a match. Like, there was no build-up for it at all? Or anything.
Well, that's because he's not on TV, so that makes sense. All right, so I'll toss it over to Malloy. We'll probably get more in depth, but I just want to get this out of the way, get your predictions on.
Yeah, overall, I think it's going to be an okay card. It's just pretty much a rematch of WrestleMania. Hopefully, it's a good card overall. I see Rollins winning the cage match. I see Cena retaining his title. I think the Nikki Bella is going to keep her title. Hopefully, if Daniel Bryan's there, I'd like to see him retaining her kind of title. Reigns probably will win. Like Price said, one of the matches I'm really looking forward to is the Chicago Street Fight. I really hope Dean Ambrose wins that. I hope Sheamus wins a Kiss My Arse match. And I hope the New Day misses their flight, so they're not even on the card.
That's great. For me, I like Cesaro and Kid as champions, but I have like you said, I think they're going to win. The reason why is I think that Cesaro and Kid are really good. They're a good heel tag team, and especially with the Lucha Dragons coming in now as like the new baby faces, that's going to be a great rivalry. So, although the New Day, since they're so hated, I could see Vince just putting the titles on them real quick just to get the crowd more riled up. I hope Cesaro Kid wins. Sheamus is definitely going to win because he's a heel. And
First big match back.
Yeah, exactly. And it's the name of his match. Dean Ambrose and Luke Harper. Dean Ambrose needs to finally get a pay-per-view win. I think this is the pay-per-view where he gets it. And that's going to be the show stealer, I think. Either that or the title match, the heavyweight title match. Reigns is obviously going to win. I was thinking that Bray Wyatt was going to interfere in this match, but I found out who he's talking about. Which, before today, I saw on Raw, well, based on his promo last night, I thought it was Reigns. It's Ryback, I heard. And, I mean, that's a side note.
Weird.
It's very weird, but I thought about it. It's going to get him over. Like, you think Ryback's actually going to beat Bray in any matches? No, I don't think so. But, okay, I have Reigns in that battle in the last man standing match. I think if they do have the IC title match, Bad News Barrett's going to win because they have to give time off to Daniel because of his injuries. I think Naomi... Actually, you know what I thought about? I could be wrong, but I just think it's a big... Chicago's a big wrestling town. Paige has this injury angle. What if Charlotte comes in?
That'd be awesome.
That'd be great.
That's what I'm thinking. I obviously could be wrong. Paige could actually come... I mean, I think it's going to be Paige or Naomi because she's on a roll and she's actually over, kind of. But I wouldn't be surprised if there's like an injury angle and then Nikki calls out a challenger and it's Charlotte. Sasha has the NXT title, so Charlotte. John Cena is going to win that match because they're still working on a title design for him, so it's going to be long-term. And then Seth Rollins is going to win because, like I said, whenever your finisher's banned, it's almost a guarantee. So...
Speaking of finishers being banned, though.
Oh, speaking
in reality, though, why is Seth Rollins... What is your guys' overview on that?
You want to... for me, I think that was a really good heel finisher, so I'm a little upset about it. I will say this, though. Since Orton can't do his punt in the head, I agree with any kicks to the head or something like that. Like, it should not be allowed. I will say this, though, because it makes it so predictable. I always said this with Orton. When he does that punt, like, he goes to the corner, you know he's never going to, land it, so you're going to expect a counter from somebody. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's everybody knows that it's banned. So whenever he does that, it's going to be, illegal. So when Rollins, I have a feeling, is whenever he's going to try to go for a curb stop, expect a counter. So I mean, it takes away from the match, unfortunately. But I think it was a really good heel finisher, and I'm upset that it's gone. How about you, Price?
About the same. I mean, we have to look at you can't have it for one person, not for the other person.
Exactly.
It just takes a while for somebody to get rid of it, and it's a shame. But he has other finishers. He has other signature moves that he can use.
I like everybody using the DDT now. I feel like there's so many people that use it. Dean Ambrose does it.
Dean Ambrose does it right.
He does the double arm DDT right. The best one ever is Jake Roberts, hands down. But
yes.
Yeah.
So. Yeah. That's.
Do you expect any surprises like Lesnar or Triple H? Somebody mentioned the Authority turning on Seth. Can you guys see that at all? Or?
I'm thinking that something's going to happen in there with Kane. Obviously, there's too much stuff that they're showing. Is it going to be like a double cross? Was his all big plan or something? But Kane's going to definitely be involved in that.
You know, I thought about too. What if they went with Orton again? Remember they did that at SummerSlam? He's the originator of the Authority.
Yeah.
You think Orton would go heel that fast? Though?
This is what I think. This is my perspective.
Okay.
Because you know how you're saying Reigns needs to get over as a bad guy, not as a good guy? What if Orton and Kane were working together and, like, Reigns comes out, punches, Superman punches Kane, Superman punches Orton, helps out Seth Rollins to get the belt, and then, you see Reigns, he's going to get over as a heel. Maybe give him the Intercontinental title or something for a bit, like what they did with The Rock.
Yeah.
Don't make him this megastar.
I think they're going to build him right this year.
If you build him that way as a heel, that would be a perfect ending to Extreme Rules, I think, anyways.
I think there's going to be a big surprise.
Because they want to do after this pay-per-view, they want to start a feud between Roman Reigns and Kane.
Well, then I heard there's going to be a triple threat at Payback, though. Orton, Rollins, and Reigns. That's why I heard Reigns is definitely going to win his match. Unless the Authority crosses Seth Rollins, which I can understand, Orton's not going to win. I think Seth Rollins is going to maintain.
He's going to be champion, I think, till SummerSlam, and then Lesnar's going to fight him.
Yeah, I think he'll still beat Lesnar off a screw job or something.
Yeah.
But.
Reigns is in, once again, he's in the feud of the year. No, it's just the feud that lasted a year.
That is really a bad feud. Like, it's terrible. And I think they realized that they gave him a feud with Kane. It's just going to make him look even. It's not going to make him look worse, but you're not giving him people to have good matches with to where he could get over with the crowd.
There's no legitimacy with Kane or with Big Show.
Not anymore, because everybody knows that they're jobbers, so they already know that they're going to lose every match that they're in.
Yeah.
That's why you need to make him heel. There's so many good faces out there, like Ziggler and Ambrose. You know what I mean? Like, all the good, good faces. I'm sorry. Yeah, Daniel Bryan.
They had a great match.
One's even in the wings.
What?
One's even in the wings, like Neville and...
Exactly.
everybody.
Like, there's so many faces that if you turn Reigns heel, number one, he's automatically going to get over, and then he could have great matches with good guys. But hopefully we get a surprise at the end, because I think there has to be at some sort with this authority angle. So I'm sure next week's show we'll discuss the aftermath of Extreme Rules. But we will now move on to our weekly topic discussions. Okay, so we just pretty much talked about it in depth. Daniel Bryan is the Intercontinental Champion. He's supposed to have a match this Sunday against Bad News Barrett. However, there have been nagging injuries after his surgery with his neck. He just got sent home from the European tour early because he wasn't able to perform to his standards. So my question to you guys is, what do you think WWE Management should do long term? I guess short term and long term with Daniel Bryan. I will start it off with Tom.
Personally, I feel like he's going to always be injury prone. He's going to be like Dolph Ziggler. That's why he's never going to get that main spot. And I mean, I would like to see him get there. He's my favorite wrestler right now. But maybe since he's taken so much over the past couple of years, I feel like maybe he should try to do maybe with Shawn Michaels. They take a couple of years off, maybe play like an authority figure or something, and maybe have a big comeback. Like, I mean, Michaels put another 10 years onto his career, and it was honestly, I think he was better 10 years later. Just his charisma was better 10 years before.
I can see that, I guess. I think 96, 97 Shawn Michaels is the best ever.
Oh, yeah, but I mean, he's still...
But no, and obviously he was a legitimate...
Yeah,
I agree.
He was on every Raw and everything else in between. I mean, he was a genuine player.
I can see that. I actually like that idea. That's a good idea. Price?
I just think that it might be time that they can't push him to the main event.
That's the reason why he wasn't in 31's main event. Was because of that. And everybody thought it was... Well, I mean, I guess there was some percentage of people wanting to put Roman Reigns... Like, management wanted to put Roman Reigns in. But I heard another issue was that Daniel Bryan... I guess he was still having injuries. Nagging injuries, so they didn't want to risk it.
It just proves that everybody that thinks that they know what's going on...
Exactly.
They just think that he's just another hot talent that they try to suffice with a minor push/title.
Okay. See, well, since Molly said that, I kind of agree with him. I think he should definitely take time off. I don't know about a couple years off. For me, I would just let him. You think a year?
A year. That's enough for.
I think right now he can go. He can get out. Like, just let him go. Have him come back at the Rumble.
Because every time he comes back bigger and better than ever. I think.
Well, it's his style too. Like, even when he does like those running kicks in the turnbuckle. He hits the turnbuckle when he runs to the first turnbuckle. Yeah, like, why would you do that?
Suicide dives.
Suicide dives aren't as bad, but I mean, I think it's always the whiplash effect from like the bumps he takes, and then when he runs into the turn. Exactly.
Well, he came back sooner than was expected. Especially, a lot of MLB pitchers get that.
Oh, the Tommy John. I don't think he got Tommy John's though. I think he was gonna take Tommy John's.
He was supposed to have that second surgery.
Yeah, the second. Yeah, exactly.
Sooner than he was supposed to. So
because if he took that Tommy John's, he was gonna be out for 12 to 18 months.
Probably hurt himself.
I think they should just, with wrestlers like that, especially if you're over with the fans, just take as much time off as possible. Michaels did it, obviously. Remember when Edge and Chris Benoit got injured? They were a year plus off. Do you know what I mean?
Cena even took. 6 months?
No, Cena always rushes his injuries because WWE needs him back for house shows. But
it's
I just
the
think
pop's going to be there when you come back.
Exactly.
He's white hot.
Or even if he does something like, I can even see him being like an interviewer, for like just be on commentary for a while.
I can see him doing pre-shows. I can't see him being an interviewer like a Renee Young.
No, I mean like
a Corey Graves. Maybe.
Do something they did just like how they did with Austin. I mean, you didn't
vignettes. Oh, exactly. I agree.
He still is there. He's stone cold. He stunned everyone.
Exactly.
And
But he doesn't have that authority. He doesn't have that personality, unfortunately. Just keep him on. I know what you mean, though. Have him off. Have him do, pretty much what he did with Kane, when he told him not to lay down and stuff like that. Remember, he said exactly. Just have him on the Titantron so everybody knows.
Kind of like what Michaels did in 98, 99.
Yeah, exactly.
Came out, still helped out his buddies, and when he was an authority figure, he was made commissioner.
No, I agree. I think that's what they should do. Yeah.
Bring to light what's really going on.
They should definitely not put it. Yeah, they should definitely not put a title on him though anymore until he's 100% cleared to wrestle at his style. Which I don't think he'll ever be able to do that, but hopefully he will because he's a great talent.
Look at the style Shawn Michaels was able to come back to do. So I mean,
partially, he wasn't I guess you're right, but he also took 4 years. So let's just move on to question number 2. WWE and Steve Austin have had a couple disagreements as of late, mainly with his podcast style and his, I guess, straightforward questions. But I read a couple reports that Vince wants Austin versus Brock at 32. So my question to you guys is, do you even want to mention the lawyers? The WWE lawyers are trying to take off the graphic tees.
Yeah,
that's false, though.
They're taking it off of ProTees.com. Stone Cold even put off his Twitter that he's going to put that stuff back up there, but Stone Cold feels as though that it's not that close to the intellectual property that WWE owns, and it's not not directly them making money from WWE, as more as the Broken Skull Ranch.
Yeah, exactly. Brand. But so even with these minor disagreements and bumps in the road, do you guys think that Austin and WWE will come to some sort of agreement if Austin's willing to work at 32? So that's my first question, and then also, do you want to see that match at 32? I'll go with Price.
I do think that they'll work it out. Obviously, right now they're talking with Jim Ross, and Jim Ross and Stone Cold are best friends with this. Jim Ross can talk him into anything. WWE. Number 2, no, I don't want to see that match. No. I see Brock Lesnar hurts people. He hurts people in that ring just from his style. He's the Suplex City. He does everything. Emperor. He conquers Emperor. I mean, you have him at WrestleMania. Austin's going to lose. I mean, that's number 1. Number 2, he might get hurt.
You think Austin's going to lose?
He's definitely going to get hurt. He would definitely get hurt. He would definitely, with his neck, with Brock throwing him around like that, he could snap his neck. Then what? He's going to end up in a wheelchair.
That's true. You think Austin will lose at 32, dude?
I think Austin will lose.
At 32 in Texas against Brock Lesnar. So even if Brock Lesnar lose, because I think if Brock Lesnar would ever lose to Austin, he will still look strong. He's a legend.
I think I would like to see that match personally.
I do too.
I think Stone Cold Steve Austin had enough of rest time, and he's bigger than ever.
I think he's bigger than ever, but he's definitely in more physical shape.
Yeah. I mean, what else? He's on the road. He's eating healthy.
Exactly.
He doesn't even drink Keystone Light anymore. He drinks Sierra Nevada Pale Ale. So, whatever. Yeah, he's a little classier of an alcoholic. But still, I'd love to see that match. It'd be great. And Austin should win because he could be the one to defeat the one who's defeat the one in 21.
And
one. Yeah.
One.
Well, technically Seth Rollins did.
No, because he pinned Roman Reigns. So
my bad. No, my bad. But in the record books, it still has he lost.
He won. That.
But actually, I originally said I wanted Brock versus Orton, right? Or did I say that I wanted that at SummerSlam? I said WrestleMania, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, I mean, since I saw this, I guess if Austin's ever going to face somebody that's a big name, I'd want that.
It was supposed to happen, 15 years ago?
Yeah. I mean, because who else would Austin face that's credible?
Terry Funk.
Yeah, right.
Triple H.
Triple H is going to face Rock. Undertaker's going to face Sting. I guess he could face Cena, which I think we did say that. So, Cena or Brock Lesnar, they're the two biggest besides Triple H.
He wouldn't get hurt if you wrestled Cena. The stunner versus the springboard stunner.
Yeah. That would actually be cool. Maybe that could be a setup. We don't even know. But I think they will come to an agreement because, like you said, Jim Ross is working on projects with WWE. Also, I heard that Austin is working on a couple, business decisions with WWE. So I guess they're trying to move past it, and it's working successfully. What do you want to tell me that
you and I both said that I didn't know who Cena was going to face at next year's WrestleMania a couple of podcasts ago, and you said Steve Austin versus Cena.
I did say that. I forgot. You had Cena versus question mark, and I said Austin.
Yep.
But like I said, I would love to see Cena versus Austin or Brock versus Austin.
Perfect time for Cena to turn heel, too. Because he was supposed to turn heel when he was going up against The Rock.
Yeah, that didn't. Well, yeah, he definitely
should have happened.
But Yeah, hopefully. I mean, that'd be a great WrestleMania to see. I'm still trying to get over my fear of plans to go see that. Maybe I will in the next couple months. So, with that in mind, we're going to see if Robert Price can defend his 5-match win streak against Tom Malloy. Tom, are you ready to try to get that? Be the one behind 0.
5.
All right, we're gonna go into our game show, which is covering the WWE Hardcore Championship.
It's time to play the game. Time to play the game.
All right, so Extreme Rules is Sunday. I figured we go with the Hardcore Championship. You guys know the rules. I'll read off the first question. First one to raise their hand gives me the question, and then we'll alternate from there. So here we go. Question number 1. Who introduced the 24/7 rule for the Hardcore Championship? A. Al Snow, B. Steve Blackman, C. Crash Holly. Tom.
Crash Holly.
Correct. Tom's coming out to play. Strong.
Yeah.
All right, so Price is for you. Which WWE superstar had the longest reign of the Hardcore title? A. Big Boss Man, B. Al Snow, C. RVD.
I'm going to say RVD.
Incorrect.
Go with Boss Man.
Oh, Tom Malloy. 97 days.
Because
Al Snow had Al
Undertaker's
Snow.
right underneath him, isn't it? Or
Not
Al
even
Snow is-
close. Al Snow is 91, and then RVD is 90. Don't be looking at it, guys. Don't be looking at my paper, guys. That's what I'm gonna start doing. I think I saw it, so I'll be more fair. I'm gonna let you guys both answer if you get it. If I think it's wrong.
Okay.
All right, ready? How many times did the Hardcore title change hands during the Battle Royal at WrestleMania 2000? This is for Tom. Sorry. A 7, B 10, C 13.
7.
10.
Robert Price coming back strong. It was indeed 10. Okay, question number 4. Who walked out with the Hardcore Championship at WrestleMania 18? A. Christian, B. The Hurricane, C. Maven.
Christian.
Is he wrong?
I'm looking at you, man.
I'm going to go with...
Today, dude. Come on.
Stand back, there's a hurricane coming through.
Stand back, you guys are both wrong.
It was Maven.
It was Maven.
Because I remember Christian leaving in a limo, but I forgot about the
He
last
got pinned.
part.
No, he got pinned right before the limo. He was getting in the limo, and then Maven did a roll-up. That's pretty funny. Okay, you guys ready? So it's 2-1 still. We might have a tiebreaker. In this case, I'm trying to think of something on top of my head. So, question number, where are we at? 5. Okay, here we go.
I'm up, right?
Yes. Which one of these WWE divas won the Hardcore Championship? A. Lita, B. Trish Stratus, C. Jazz.
Jazz.
Lita.
Oh, man. Trish Stratus. I knew you guys would probably think the other two, though. That's why I put it in there. Actually, Molly Holly and Terry Runnels were other 2 women that actually won it before, too. Question number 6. Price, you need this, man.
I know.
Who has the most Hardcore title reigns in WWE history? A. Raven, B. Stevie Richards, C. Crash Holly.
Crash Holly.
Steven Richards.
Oh my God, no. Raven. 27. Raven has 27. Stevie Richards has 21. Crash Holly has 22.
Sucks.
Most of those are on house shows, so you couldn't really see them, but it's still the point. All right, Tom. If you get this, you get the victory. Ready? Price is so upset and scared right now. All right, question number 7. Who was the final champion unifying the Intercontinental Championship and the Hardcore Championship? So this match was IC versus Hardcore, and it unified both. Who was it? Ready? A. Rob Van Dam, B. Tommy Dreamer, C. Eddie Guerrero.
Rob Van Dam.
Tom Malloy at week 6?
Yes! 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 Yes!
It's over. It's over. Think about it. You have to go to 21-0, and then you have to face me, and I beat you. What do you have to say?
He's our truth. I'm Bo Dallas.
You just gotta believe. All right, so I'm kind of excited. I'm happy now. He's on the board. It's not a washout. So with that in mind, on that high note, we will move forward to our new segment called This or That. Okay, this is our new segment, This or That. Pretty much what I have is I have options here, and pretty much you get to explain which one you like better. Well, you tell me which one you like better and why. This week is WWE rivalries. So I'm going to go with the winner, Tom Malloy. How you feel, Price? But I'm going to go with the winner, Tom Malloy. And we have four sets right here, but here comes the first one. Better rivalry, Rock and Austin or Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart?
Rock and Austin.
Why?
Because personally, I think Bret Hart had no charisma. He was a good technical wrestler, that's it. And I think Rock and Austin could tell a better story. Now, if Michaels was to face the Austin-Michaels storyline, that was a great storyline.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, if Rock and Michaels ever had one, it'd be great too. I just think Bret Hart lacks the charisma as a talker, as creating a story. He's just a good professional wrestler.
Okay. Price, Rock Austin or Michaels versus
Rock Austin. More lights, more height.
Are you that upset right now?
No.
Oh, okay, I just want to make sure. I don't want to, make you keep talking on the show if you're gonna,
Right after
Yeah,
this,
so-
me and Tom are going to have a hardcore match.
Yeah, I like it. I'll ref it. For me, I have Rock and Austin too. I was actually torn because Rock versus Austin, commercially, is probably the biggest besides McMahon and Austin. But my Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart, their personal intensity towards each other, their animosity towards each other, it was just so good to see on screen, and it was so real and passionate. But I have Rock and Austin too because the promos, the matches, everything was better. Next one, Undertaker and Mankind, or Kane versus Undertaker. Sorry, Price will go with you. You're an Undertaker fan, so.
I was torn in this, but I went with Undertaker versus Mankind. This was two guys who were given 110% every single match they were in, and this feud, this rivalry screamed gimmick matches because they went through a lot.
They did, and they were all successful. How about you, Tom?
I picked Kane versus Undertaker. I think it kind of brought to life the whole background story behind The Undertaker. It gave Kane a shot. Their matches, they're just as, not as gimmicky as Mankind and Undertaker, but I think they're up there. They had some really good matches.
They had a better background story.
Better background story, and they also had a longer rivalry. I mean, they wrestled in, 2009 was the last time they wrestled?
2010, I think.
10 at Night of Champions?
Yeah, something like that.
So, I mean,
I think for me, I have Undertaker Mankind because I think that was the first superstar to give Undertaker that many losses, make it intriguing. He was just as dark as Undertaker, wasn't really afraid of him. And obviously, the Hell in a Cell match is obviously one of the most classic matches in WWE history. But yeah, I agree with Price. It was just gimmick matches, but they were all successful, and it was just working out. This is a very underrated rivalry because there was only a couple months, but I don't want to do all big rivalries just so we can spread them out throughout the podcast. But New Age Outlaws and Legion of Doom, or it's pretty recent actually, the Usos versus Harper and Rowan. I'm going to go with Tom.
I'm going to say they're actually equal. I put them as an equal because both times periods, I think when the New Age Outlaws was facing the Legion of Doom, there was a pretty crappy tag team division, just as there is at this point in time, and they're the two best teams coming out. I mean, you had Billy Gunn and Road Dogg. They were coming up as a new tag team. They were a little more aggressive style, They were the first ones, I think, to actually, make it like, you thought the Legion of Doom would kill them because they're such smaller guys and everything else, and you saw that coming into play. And then with Usos and Harper and Rowan, I mean, it was they're the best of what the WWE has right now for tag team. I still wish, honestly, Harper and Rowan were still together.
I agree.
Especially for Rowan's sake.
Yes, definitely for Rowan's sake. How about you, Price?
I went with New Age Outlaws versus Legion of Doom. I disagree with Tom. I think that Legion of Doom was already established tag team.
That's probably
the best tag team. The best tag team that they had in the WWE or anywhere. And then they helped build the New Age Outlaws legacy. They gave them this huge push, and they turned into one of the greatest WWE tag teams that didn't do a ladder match. Didn't need a gimmick match.
No, exactly. I agree. That's actually a really good statement. That's exactly how I feel. For me, I have Usos and Harper because they had better matches. For me, tag team wrestling alright, so in this era, there's really not that many tag teams, right? So in order for them to be successful, you need to have great matches. Same thing back in 1998, because all you really had were like the Midnight Express. You had to break up the Boricuas to put into 2 tag teams. You had to break up the Nation of Domination to put in 2 tag teams. The Legion of Doom and the New Age Outlaws. They were the only tag teams that were there. Oh, and DOA, I'm sorry. But there was really no good matches. So really the only 2 for me, I'm just saying, pretty much what I'm saying is that was a one-sided thing. Legion of Doom were established and stuff like that. However, based in that era, Legion of Doom, they didn't fit in the Attitude Era. Here's what I'm going to say, though. The reason why that, for me, that was intriguing is because New Age Outlaws dismantled them on a Raw, and then they reinvented themselves to LOD 2000. Yeah. But I just thought that they were just still outdated, in my opinion. Just because they had such history that you needed a new tag team. I don't know. I just thought it was one-sided as a fan. And their matches weren't that great. That's why I have Usos and Harper Rowan, sorry.
However, back then, you had a tag team. I know that we spoke about this a couple times. You had a tag team back when the Outlaws and Legion of Doom were there, and they would put one classic match with Shawn Michaels and Undertaker. They put them together and faced LOD, and LOD tore them apart. Now you put random superstars together, and they beat the Usos. They beat Harper and Rowan. They beat anyone.
It's just the era. I don't know. Well, we're going to try to, toggle. We'll try to do this every week, too, just to make more discussion and opinionated, stuff like that. So let's just go wrap up the show now with this week's Self-High Five. Okay, so the reason why I have ECWs as our Self-High Five this week is because Extreme Rules actually originated from ECW's One Night Stand they did in 05, excuse me. So we'll give it to Malloy. Give us your 5 through 1 favorite original ECW superstars.
RVD number 5, Sabu number 4, Terry Funk number 3, Cactus Jack number 2, and the Sandman number 1. If I had to add a number 6, it'd be Tommy Dreamer.
Do you want to explain why?
Tommy Dreamer because he...
No, like again...
well, number 1 with Tommy Dreamer, he really, he did more than just wrestle for that company. He was that company when Paul Heyman was out spending money out of his wazoo.
There you go.
Keep this PG.
Before, real quick, I just want to say, before the show, I said that Sting was WCW, Undertaker and Shawn Michaels were WWE, Tommy Dreamer was ECW.
Exactly. Because RVD, as soon as he got a chance, he would have been out.
They shut down, but he was just a really late bloomer.
Yeah, but he was also there from the beginning.
He was there. I'm saying he was a late bloomer.
Such as like Rhino, never thought it was going to end.
Exactly.
So Tommy Dreamer was one of them that was there from the beginning.
Yeah.
Just to correct that.
No, that's what I'm saying. But I'm saying RVD is that he didn't become big until like 97, 98.
Right.
Dreamer was there since like 94, 93.
Yeah, he wasn't big at all.
Yeah, but he was there.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Do you want to go with anybody else?
But I was going to say, I like all this whole list. I picked Sandman because I just think by far he's one of the most badass wrestlers that there is.
He probably was. He was like a construction worker.
Yeah, he was a construction worker who came up half in a bag, smoking a cigarette, beating people with canes. I just loved his gimmick.
That's a good gimmick. You want to go to you? 5 through 4? Or 5 through 1?
Yeah. My number 5, Balls Mahoney. Number 4, Steven Richards. Number 3, New Jack. Number 2, RVD. And number 1, Sabu. I picked Balls because he was great in ECW. Took a lot of high spots. I picked Steven Richards because he was, once again, one of the quote-unquote nobodies.
Well, I liked him in BWO.
He made a name for himself in ECW. New Jack because of just the ultra violence that he brought.
That was crazy. I love this theme song because I love it now. I bump it all the time.
I picked RVD because RVD was the poster child of ECW.
Another good song.
He didn't really even care. He didn't
care if he screwed up at all, man.
Yeah. He screwed up, he'd get in there and jump on the table himself.
Yeah, we'll go through it.
There was not a table he did not break.
Whether by himself or with somebody else. I'll just go through mine really quick. I decided to put a tag team in there because I liked their finishing maneuver at that time, and I like Perry Saturn. So the Eliminators at number 5. Number 4, I have Taz. I thought he was a poster child for ECW until he left in 99. Number 3, I have Raven because his promos at that time were incredible. They actually kind of remind me of Bray Wyatt. Well, when I see Bray Wyatt, I think of Raven.
Raven and Tommy Dreamer's matches were amazing.
Exactly, and he had a great rivalry with Tommy Dreamer. Number 2, I have New Jack, like I just said, because I love his theme song. I used to love when he used to come out with a garbage bin of just weapons and just broke it over people's heads and danced with them and stuff like that. He was just a really good entertainer and very, very violent. Number 1, I have RVD because I also like his theme song, which is Walk by Pantera.
Yeah, right.
And his style was just so smooth, and he was just, like, his charisma. He didn't have to really do much. He just did the arrows to his back, RVD to his shoulders. I'm sorry, and his charisma was just through the roof. And he had a great rivalry with Jerry Lynn, which was really, really good. But hope you like the show. We're always gonna wrap up with this now. We figured the WWE Network stuff was just getting bland, so we decided to change it up. So, you guys want to do your notorious sign-offs before we get off?
I'm number 1.
Tonight, you are. You are number 1 tonight. Bryce, how you feel right now?
Next week, I'm going to win. And all I have to do is believe!
Believe. That's nice. All right, well, hope you guys enjoyed episode 6. Next week, please listen for episode 7. Take care, guys.